What's going on, Paisanos? V here, and today I got second place. Won this beautiful, gorgeous Dark Mission Girl OTS acrylic. I really like that Konami's doing these. I mean, this pretty cool. We had an event out at my locals. Got second place with Floowandereeze. I think that if I made a deck a little bit more consistent and I had some ideas, I think the deck would have won the event. I'll go over the deck main side extra, and then we'll talk about some things that I think I would change if I was to play the event again, and I think that would be changing this the first place. But once again, amazing acrylic by Konami. They need to do more of this. This is really cool. All right, so let's go over the deck for anyone that's new. For Floowandereeze, pretty good deck, especially when you play cards like D-Shifter. That's not hitting the ban list. All right, 3 Floowandereeze or Rabina, 3 Floowandereeze and Eaglin, 1 Toucan, 1 Stree. So I'm playing double M-Pen, 1 Apex Avian, 1 Ryza, 3 D-Shifter, and 1 DD Crow. So this is basically the lineup of Floowandereeze. As far as the spells, we're doing 3 of the field spell, Floowandereeze and Magnificent Map, 3 of the quick play spell, Advent of Adventure, 3 Prosperity, 3 Duality, 2 Thrust, 2 Book of Moon, 1 Unexplored Winds, 1 Talents, 1 Terraforming, and then for trap-wise, we're going to get the 1 Dreaming Town, 1 Featherstorm, and 3 Evenly Matched. So it's a 40-card list, a little bit similar to the list that actually won the Las Vegas Regionals not too long ago. The only difference is I played Talents where he decided to play another card. The reason why I played Talents is because I knew nobody was coming to this event with Pureleys. Had I knew people were coming to Pureleys, so if I was going to Regionals, this Talents would be that other card. I forget the name of the card. It's a spell card. Comment down below if you guys know it. So that's the list. Real clean list, to be honest with you. Like I said, I definitely will make some changes, though. But ultimately, a great list overall. This deck is still really, really, really good, especially in the current meta. Especially as everyone's trying to figure out what they're doing with the current meta. Like, every time there's a new ban list out or there's a new setup out, people are trying to figure out what to do. All right. For the hand traps, 3 Draw and Lockbird. I'll talk about this in a second. I got a lot to say about that. 3 Dark Rule No More. Double Cosmic Cyclone, double Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, 1 Call by the Grave, the 3rd Thrust, and then 2 Harpy's Feather Storm. I'll be honest with you, the extra deck is bullshit. Like, it's just total bullshit. Like, here's the extra deck. It doesn't matter. I'm not making any. This is the closest thing I would actually consider making. Every time I did Prosperities, it would be like, these are the ones I would keep in. I mean, that tells you anything. Like, it's all just horseshit. I can't even make, like, what? I mean, I would keep this one for the memes. But, yeah, no, the extra deck's a joke. When you're playing Floowandereeze, you're really looking to your extra deck. It's really rare. Can you? Sure. And that's why you want to keep this in. Maybe even Zeus if you really want to, but I don't care about any of that crap. All right, we'll go ahead and start with the side deck first, because I feel like it's the most important. For the side deck, for the most part, I feel like none of it's too bad. We'll go with Draw and Lockbird right at the gate. So if you're playing Shifter, this card obviously conflicts with Shifter. With that said, this card is almost better than Shifter in certain matchups, mostly Fire Kings. And the reason why I still kept this in the side was because of Fire Kings. You do this against Fire Kings, they're going to pass a turn. You shift their Fire Kings, they're going to pass a turn. You draw either or, they're going to pass a turn. Obviously, if you draw Fire Kings, next turn you go Stree, banish this, and if you have Shifter, you're good to go. So I felt like this was basically 6 Shifters against decks like Vanadium and Fire Kings and whatnot. So that's why this was here. You gotta be really, really, really on the money with this. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't perfect in siding this card in and out all day long. I definitely could have sided in some other games that did a lot better, but ultimately this was a great card. Dark Rule No More is for those going second decks, like we said, Vanadiums, that want to put multiple negates on board. This deck's not really good with dealing with multiple negates, and especially game 1. Unless you open something like Shifter, or unless your hands is that cracked. So you want to play Dark Rule No More just to break through that board, so that's why this is in here. It makes perfect sense. Double Cosmic Cyclone. This card, I almost kind of want to play 3 of this card, because if you Cosmic Cyclone the Fire King's field spell and nukes their board, pretty good, actually. It's almost like, once again, you want to stun your opponent as much as possible until you create your board. And then, of course, the basic double Lightning Storm Duster. Everyone's doing it. It makes perfect sense. And then we have the Call by the Grave in the side. You only play this card if you're going first. It's useless if you're going second. The 3rd Thrust, which, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure how I felt about 3rd Thrust. I'd rather just make this something else and just play, and because you're playing Thrust is because you're playing Storms. You're playing Thrust is because you're playing, your Dusters and your Lightning Storms or your Dark Ruler. But we're running a 40-card deck with Prosperities and Dualities. You're going to hit what you need. So I don't think we need 3 Thrust, to be honest with you. I think 2 is more than enough. And Storms is a phenomenal card. It really is like a turn skip card. All right. So let's go into some stuff in the main deck. I think one of the most important cards, I already messed up the name of it. Someone comment down below what the name of this card is. It's not the... You reveal 3 level 1 monsters, and your opponent chooses 1 and goes in your hand. They get 1 and whatever. The reason why I think that's so cool is because... The reason why I didn't get a first place, the reason why this is second place, is because in game 1 of the finals, I was playing against Fire Kings. Game 1, I cook. Game 2, I brick, lose. Game 3, I brick, lose. Like, the deck loses to bricking on itself. And I feel like the most consistent build of Floowandereeze is the build that's going to win more than a build that has, like, other cool tech cards in it. So, I mean, twice I drew Thrust. I'm not saying Thrust is a card you want to get rid of, but I drew this twice. Once again, it's a tech card, you can't win with Thrust by itself. You win with playing Floowandereeze. So you need cards that's going to help you basically establish a board state. You need cards that's going to help you get to your Floowandereeze. Because if you get to your Floowandereeze, it doesn't matter what your opponent does. I had an opponent tell me to go first, and, luckily I drew what I needed, but if I had more consistent cards, that would be even easier. And you want as easy as possible on, resolving your Floowandereeze monsters. Easy as possible as resolving your cards, because a lot of people can't deal with a Floowandereeze board. Think about it. Think about the meta right now. How many decks can deal with just M-Pen and a set Dreaming Town? Like, how many decks deal with this? Not a lot. A lot of decks are forced to, like, play terrible in order to out this, and then you just flip this. A lot of players will dedicate some garbage to the board, and then you just flip this. So I feel like a lot of decks just auto lose to this. A lot of decks, and I mean a lot of decks. I played against Telements, and I just dropped Shifter. I played against Horus, drop Shifter. They can't do anything. This card is, like, Konami did a Banlist, and one of the first cards I said, when I looked at the Banlist and talked about it, was, where's Shifter? Like, this card is going to win so many decks throughout the meta. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about Fire Kings. I think Fire Kings is a great deck, but I think Floowandereeze is a perfect counter to the great decks. And I think cards like Shifter is what's going to win a lot of these matchups. I think Shifter is going to be a massive dominating factor in, is your deck that Fire King that you're playing going to be good or not? Because most Fire King boards are trying to establish Promethean Princess, Emperor Whale, all that crap, but they still rely on the graveyard. And if you just do this to them, well, there's that, I guess. And then when you go, you just do this, and then the game's over. Like, you win. Floowandereeze is one of the, I think there's like 2 top rogue decks of the new meta. Floowandereeze is definitely one of them. No doubt in my mind. If you think it's not, whether you like it or hate it, it's inconsequential. Floowandereeze is one of the top decks of the meta, number 1. Number 2, Strikers is another one. And I'll probably do a Striker video coming up soon. Post-bans, I already have a bit in my mind to do Strikers. So I'm going to do some of that. I'm going to be streaming soon as well on Twitch TV, YGOPaisano. So I'll be playing these decks. I'll have the updated build of this deck. But this is definitely, like, I think one of the best. Like, yesterday I was cooking left and right. Opening Shifter literally wins majority of games. Book of Moon's a phenomenal card. And if you notice, I played everything mixed match rarity for the most part because it's funny. But Book of Moon's a phenomenal card. I think that I might just up this to 3. I definitely play 3 of that other one that lets you add a level. Because you just need to add Robina. You get to Robina, or you have Field Spell, any Floowandereeze monster, you're just cooking to the races. And there's nothing your opponent could do. 3 of this, 3 of that spell. I gotta fit this in a 40-card build, of course. It has to be 40 with Floowandereeze. But I think we got something big here. I think in a new meta, Floowandereeze is one of the top decks that nobody wants to talk about, because a lot of players are like, oh, we don't like Floowandereeze. Oh, Floowandereeze is not cool. Or Floowandereeze is this, Floowandereeze is that. Bro, you can't out this shit. It's not on me, bro. It's on you and Konami. That's between you, Konami, and God. Because Floowandereeze don't give a fuck about what you just, how much you spent in your deck. Oh, I got max rarity rescue race. Cool. I'm gonna do this. And by the way, you're on the Shifter. Have fun with your turn. I know I'm gonna have fun with my turn. I know I'm ready to cook. So I'm just throwing it out there. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate losing this card. I don't like this card as well. But Konami let us play this card for another meta. So we're gonna play it. Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I have a lot of decks I'm working on. Branded, Floowandereeze, obviously, I'm going to have an updated build coming out soon. Sky Strikers, Rescue Race. I think Rescue Race is insane, the stuff it could do. Fire Kings, obviously. We have a lot of decks, and I'll be showing them on this channel, as well as doing Twitch streams. Once again, YGOPaisano. We'll have that coming up soon. But don't sleep on this deck. I got second place yesterday, and I'll be honest with you, I threw this together. I didn't even throw, like, high rarity stuff in here. I just threw everything together because why not? Like, why not just go M-Pen and just go, okay, you go. Like, this is almost Exodia at this point, because so many decks rely on you know, trying to get through. A lot of my opponents were special monster in attack mode, by the way, so you're gonna read this card because, yeah. Anyway, it was really funny. I had a great time yesterday, and like I said, if I was a little bit more, if this deck was a little more consistent, this would definitely be first place. I'm not mad though. Second place for a deck I just kind of threw together. Pretty excited about that. I'll definitely take this, but I definitely think this deck can definitely go the way. If you are a Yu-Gi-Oh player that wants to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh right now, this is one of the cheapest decks you can play. Easily, no doubt in my mind, with all the reprints, especially with Prosperity's a reprint. This is one of the cheapest decks in the game right now. And one of the cheapest decks got me second place against decks that are like Fire Kings. There was a ton of decks there. I'm mainly saying Fire Kings because I played it like so many times, but this is one of the decks you want to play against Paisanos. Comment down below if you have any questions. Your boy V, and you Paisanos have a great day.